Whoa, 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 whoa! You are blocking the law of attraction. You just do not know it yet. This is why you have not been able to achieve your goals, attract what it is that you want in your life. This is it. This is the most dangerous way. We are programmed by society to block what we want from coming into our life. You know, 95% of our life is subconscious. So what that's telling us is that it's below conscious. We aren't even aware that it's happening, but it's been programmed, and the world has programmed you and I to block what it is that you want. Subconsciously, you don't know what's happening. So I'm going to share with you how to overcome that in this video. This is Jake Doozy with JakeDoozy.com. Let's dive right into this video. If you watch my videos before, you know I say something a lot. Brainwash yourself before the world brainwashes you. You know, I want to say something, but sometimes people go, well, that's negative. But it's very matter of fact. We live in a third dimensional world. This is this planet Earth, this playground here for human incarnation as a spiritual being in a physical body. You are actually a spiritual being, and you're actually using a physical body. You aren't the body you see in the mirror, you're using that. But you're here as a spiritual being. But this reality is a world of polarity. So polarity means there's quote unquote negative, positive, there's quote unquote poor, rich, there's quote unquote good, bad. So what that means, ultimately, all of it is God energy, and it's here to teach you certain spiritual lessons and me certain spiritual lessons. That's why it's happening. But really, if you boil it down, there's positive and negative. Now, there are so many people, there's more negative people than there is positive people if you just actually look at it, where people are based off of their experiences. So 76% of people are living from paycheck to paycheck. I think I saw 9 out of 10 people are in credit card debt up to $10,000. 76% or like 74%, according to a Gallup poll, people said they're actively disengaged from their jobs. We're at such an enormous level of stress, and more than stress, tension amongst one another. Political tension, social tension, economic tension. And so there's a collective consciousness that is, most people you meet, truthfully, you could be in a really good vibe and you just happen to meet a lot of great people, but like out of the 7 billion people on the earth, I think everyone is pretty fantastic people. Outside of them being fantastic people, most people aren't living the life that they want. Doesn't mean they're not amazing people, fantastic human beings with good hearts and good values. It just means that their emotional past is telling them, you can't attract what you want. You can't create what you want. You're not going to be able to make money that way. I don't know if you're smart enough. I don't know if you have the resources. Oh, you might just be dreaming. Hey, why don't you be a little bit more realistic? Hey, I don't know if that's a good idea. I'm not sure if that's going to work out or not. They're good people. They're just coming from where they've been. And where most people have been is economic struggle, emotional struggle, career struggle, believing that they're not smart enough, that they're not good enough. All the advertising in the last 50 to 100 years has taught us we're not good enough, smart enough, we're too old, we're too fat, our tooth is crooked. Actually, my tooth is crooked, I think, right there. So it's telling us all these things, but there's a collective consciousness we're all picking up onto. And I want to share with you, make sure you keep watching, because I want to share with you the best ways to combat that collective consciousness. Otherwise, it will brainwash you. Here's you, little old you. Here's everybody else. Pew! All their vibrations start slowly seeping into our consciousness, because guess what? Your subconscious mind and your brain, they pick up well below the amount of sound that your conscious mind can pick up. So it's picking up information that you aren't aware that's happening. Someone's complaining about this, someone's complaining about that. People attach to drama about this, and they need to complain about their problems and talk about their problems. And you turn on the news and there's this problem with the economy, and there's this problem because you're not smart enough. It goes on and on and on. and it starts seeping into the subconscious mind. And that's why psychologists say 70% of the subconscious mind is negative and redundant. The good news is the subconscious mind is totally 100% programmable. It's like going out into your garden, and I'm a garden specialist, and you hired me because you wanted to grow a garden, and you're like, my garden's not working out, I can't grow anything, it's so sad. And I come over and I'm like, listen, dude, listen, ma'am, you haven't watered it. It doesn't look like you've watered it in 4 months. It's covered in weeds. The soil is bad. You need better soil. You should probably put a sprinkler in so you water it regularly. We need new soil, and we need to pull all these weeds out. And you should be good to go. Oh, and by the way, we need to put the seeds in the ground of what you want. You want butternut squash, you want cucumbers, we gotta put those in the ground. So you can pull out the stuff you no longer want out of the garden, and you can plant the seeds that you do want. Your subconscious mind works the same way. In the Bible it says that you reap what you sow. Your subconscious mind is how you do that, because what you reap, what you start to plant for, what you start to till the soil in your mind for, by using hypnosis, by using positive affirmations, by reprogramming your mind, it starts to seep into the subconscious, and the subconscious mind controls 95% of your life. So eventually those things manifest themselves in your life subconsciously. At least that's what happened to me. I created a success hypnosis for myself like 7 years ago probably, and with no intention of other people using it. I just was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I reprogrammed my mind. I listened to it every morning and every night, and my life changed. And it's right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's free to use. You'll see it pinned to the comments if you scroll down right there down below. It truly is magical. It's right there down below. It's free to use, 100% free. Just share with me the epic stories that happen when you use it. It's jakeshypnosis.com. So while I was on that journey of like, hey, I'm gonna be this person when I grow up. I guess technically I could say when I grow up, because I was 19 when I thought of my vision for my life. And everyone said, you can't do it, that's not gonna work, you can't make money that way. Everyone I knew made money in a non-entrepreneurial way. Everyone I knew, everyone in my family had degrees. I did not get a degree, and everyone said it wasn't gonna be possible. And so I started saying something to myself, and I forget how I acquired this saying. That's not part of my belief system. I literally had to start saying this at the dinner table as a 19-year-old when I said, hey mom, you got your seatbelt buckled? Okay, good. Well, I just dropped out of college and I just quit the basketball team, and in about a month I'm gonna leave to go backpack around the world. So, yeah. Is your seatbelt buckled still? She almost lost it. Everyone in my family almost lost it. My friends almost lost it. Everybody was questioning me. They tried to tell me what my future was. Out of love, they're good people. They're coming from their own experience though, right? And so I had to start saying, thank you. Hey, thank you very much. But that's not part of my belief system. What's that, Elvis Presley? Thank you very much. What about that? Thank you, that's not part of my belief system. Hey, somebody hire me for voice acting. So, thank you, but that's not part of my belief system. It's you have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. Your conscious mind, conscious meaning your waking mind, you're aware of it. That's only responsible for 5% of your life. Your subconscious mind is responsible for 95% of your life. So your conscious mind is the guard to your subconscious. And if you allow other people's negativity into your mind, that idea is not gonna work. Don't you know the rich people control all the money? Who do you think I am? Rockefeller? Money doesn't grow on trees. You need more education. That's not possibly gonna work out. There's no good guys left. Your last relationships haven't worked out. You need to be careful. You need to think about your future in 75 years when you might be 84 years old and you might be in a wheelchair, but you need to prepare for your future anyways, even though you're not gonna be able, and it just goes on, right? People are trying to help. It's not that they're trying to not help. They're trying to help, but they can only come where they come from. And I had to learn that the hard way from my my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, my mom, my dad, my quote unquote best friends actually I erased my dad from that. My dad encouraged me to drop out. My best friends that I thought were my best friends, they told me that I was an idiot. Like, they made fun of me. I found out they were making fun. These were people that were my best friends. And I come back, our first, time home after college, gonna meet up with all my homies, bro. And I didn't make it to the party in time, and I found out they were making fun of me. Doozy lost his mind, that crazy son of a gun, he's lost his mind. Maybe I have, but I've come to my senses if I've lost my mind. In fact, the mind is the greatest, according to Eastern philosophy, the mind is the greatest way that we create suffering in our own life. I'd rather live from my deeper essence. I'd rather follow the whispers of my soul. I'd rather follow my intuition, the way my heart is speaking to me. And if you want that, if you want the life that your most heartfelt desires, you have to start saying, no thank you, that's not part of my belief system. Comment it down below, no thank you, that's not part of my belief system. You have to start saying this. I learned this from Jack Canfield, no next. When someone says no, you say next. You don't know how many times I got told no. I didn't know anything about the internet. Like, some people, they see my stuff, they see my courses now and things like that, and they're like, oh yeah, you're just an internet marketer, and yeah, I keep my phone on silent. I don't even have a ringer on my telephone. That's how much disconnected I try to be from technology. I don't know much about the internet. I've acquired skills over this period of time. I knew so little about the internet, I thought the best way to build my career was to sell my book, my first book, Into the Wind, that I wrote about dropping out of college and backpacking around the world. I thought the best idea was for my friend, Josh Smith is his name, that Josh Smith and I met Josh Smith actually when I was doing a speaking engagement at the University of Oregon at Eugene. And technically it wasn't a speaking gig. Technically what happened was I rented a table at the center of campus during a school day for $25 in the student center where like most of the kids are going to class. University of Oregon is the center of the Nike campus, right? So there's probably at least 40,000 students at that school. There might be more. It's a very large university. I rented a table during school day with tens of thousands of kids walking past me. And I was probably 21. I should have been a junior, probably in college. And I stopped them with my self-published book, because no one would publish it. And I would try to convince them to buy my book. So I'd go, hey, where are you going today? What class you about to take right now? And they'd go like, history, you a-hole. And they'd walk away, or someone else would stop and be like, oh, you seem happy. And then I would tell them, well, I dropped out of college, I backpacked around the world, I wrote this book about my journey, I fell off a cliff in Thailand, I almost died, I wrote this book all about it, here you go, it's called Into the Wind. Do you have $14? No. And then they'd walk away, right? So then I had to learn how to barter. I'll sell it to you for $9. I'll sell it to you for $11. I'll sell it to you for $3, and can I have your shoes? Because my shoes have holes in them. Right? I would do anything that I could to sell the damn book, right? And if somebody seemed like they were really interested and they did not have $1, I'd be like, yo, here's the book. Read it if you like it. Send me a message on Facebook on my fan profile page, and then you can PayPal me the money. If you dislike it, just give it to somebody else. Please don't disrespect the book and throw it in the trash can. Support me on my dreams. If you dislike it, just give it to someone else. So I started my career like that. That's how I started my career for numerous years. I'd show up at open mics at a coffee shop where there would be 3 local guitar players in Portland. And then me, motivational speaker, woo! And no one would listen to me, right? No one was paying attention. At first, it was very difficult, very emotionally difficult, but I had already dropped out of school. I had already wrote the book. There was no turning back. There was no plan B. So I had a lot of these times, no one came, no one said yes, no one bought my book. I brought my best friend Luke Williams with me, who's a fantastic singer, and he would sing before. Slowly what happened is everyone was more interested in him than I, and I was like, that wasn't the plan. He was supposed to open up for me to get people's attention, that I was gonna captivate them with motivational messages. And so it was really, it was challenging. And I learned what Jack Canfield says: when someone says no, you say next. People are going to say no to you, mostly because they're used to saying no. Les Brown says most people are so negative, if you walk into a dark room, their films will develop. Right? Like, most people are so used to being told no and having no's in their life that unconsciously they're going to tell you no. A lot of times it even happens in dating. The first date doesn't work out, or so you get rejected on the first date or whatever. And it happens in all other areas of life. And when someone tells you no, don't take it personal. It has nothing to do with you. If you've already created an inner vision, a desire, the word desire means of the Father, meaning God has instilled the desire within you. Therefore, it is totally possible. People are going to tell you no. They're going to doubt you. They're going to say it's not possible. Who cares? Who cares? Really, truly, who cares? If you've already said, like I already said, I was like, I'm willing to live with my consequences of dropping out of school and writing this book. I'm willing to live with the consequences. If you don't like me, that's fine. I don't care. I don't have time to decide whether or not it hurts my feelings that you like me or not. I don't have time. I'm only alive. The life expectancy is approximately 72 and a half years. I don't have very much time. Right now, I am almost 30. I don't have very much time. I'm 27 years old. I'm going to be dead soon. I don't care what you think of me. I wish I cared, but I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to care about what you think of me, because I've been inspired by God for this vision and I need to live it. That's the mindset I'm inviting you to have. It frees you. Byron Katie says it's not your job to get other people to like you. Guess what your job is? It's your job to like you. So comment down below when someone says no, you say next. So my buddy Josh Smith and I think I said his name, then I didn't tell the story. We started going door to door. We'd go into like a subdivision of like new homes, knock on the door. Hey, how you doing today? Sir? Don't slam the door in my face. People thought they thought I was from any religion. They thought we were hucking any, religious ideology. Every one of them was named, People just assumed that something was wrong with us, right? And I got told no all the time. I literally got doors slammed in my face. But every time what I would do is a very specific practice. I'd breathe in through my nose and out through my nose, and I'd say to myself, someone says no, you say next. It became a habit. Thank you, Jack Canfield, for that habit. It literally became a habit and grilled into my subconscious mind, ingrained in my subconscious mind. No, next. And then I'd go to the next person and I would do it again. And I'd put a smile on my face and I would do it again, because I was in the process of making my dreams a reality, not the outcome. The outcome was I'll inspire millions of people, I'll become a millionaire, I'll become happy, I'll become free, I'll live in my dream home. Those were the outcomes. But I was in the process of getting there. And so the outcome was irrelevant if I wasn't willing to exemplify the process. On the other side now, I dropped out of college when I was 19, and I'm 27 as the time I'm making this video. I have no idea what day of the week it is and what day of the month it is, but I know it's May 2019. So approximately 8 years ago, and now I'm a millionaire. My business is doing multi-million dollars. I live in my dream home in Hawaii. I attracted my soulmate. My books have sold thousands of copies. They're published with the #1 publisher in the world, Penguin Random House. And my courses online, more importantly, because they reach more people, have reached hundreds of thousands of people. And every day an amazing comment comes in of someone saying their life has been changed by these things. These are things everybody told me wouldn't work out. So if you listen to what other people say and you accept their no, if you accept their rejection, all you're doing is accepting their level of consciousness. But God instilled something deeper in you. And I'm inviting you to face that fear. I get it. Like it can get scary, but say it to yourself. Thank you. No, thank you. That's not part of my belief system. Thank you so much. I understand where you're coming from. That's not part of my belief system. Then move on to the next one. No, next. No, next. No, next. I used to speak at tons of high schools. It paid me so little that the only reason I did them is because I could look the kids in the eyes afterwards, and it fulfilled my soul. My wife, she was my girlfriend, she was in debt then because I couldn't make any money. I didn't have the money gene. I later learned that it was because my subconscious mind was programmed to block it. That's why I give this success hypnosis away. It's right here down below. jakeshypnosis.com. It's right there down below. Go right now. Please, right now. It's free. jakeshypnosis.com. Right there down below. And start using it every day. I made this for myself when nothing was working out in my career. I trained my subconscious mind for success, and all of my dreams came true. It's free. Over 300,000 people have used it. jakeshypnosis.com, right there down below. But when I would go do these high school gigs, I would say, I'd go talk, and there's a bunch of high school kids, they're too cool for school, and they want to show up the presenter, and there's 3,000 kids from public school watching, and I'm in the center of the auditorium or whatnot, and none of them want to listen, or some of them do, but then there's the cool kids that want to impress the girl, so they're like trying to be cool. And I would say this: you're going to forget every word I'm about to say, but if you remember these 3 words, might be 4, your life will change forever. No, next. 2 words, but you could take the whole phrase. When someone says no, you say next. And so I would yell no, and the kids would yell next back. No, next. So I'd go, when I yell no, you say next. I would do this like I did 2 or 3 high schools a day, all of spring 2 years ago, like 40 schools. It probably spoke to like 75,000 kids in Southern California at different public and private high schools. And I don't think I made a dime. Maybe I made a couple $100 off like book sales. And I would go and I would tell them that. When someone says no, you say next. And I would go, no. And they'd go, next, no, next, no, next. And I would say it so many times till it got stuck in their head. Because if you can learn that other people's garbage doesn't have to enter your mind, and you have the free will choice to reject it using your conscious mind, your life can change and you decide your own belief systems. So, right there down below is jakeshypnosis.com. It's right there down below. I created a software once I learned more about this stuff and neuroscience behind it. Every time you have a thought or an emotion, you fire nerve cells and then they start wiring together. It's called Hebb's Law. Brain cells that fire together wire together. And then what happens is it creates your neurocircuitry and your brain gets used to operating at a certain way. But if you can rewire it, you can change your life. So I created the second mind to train your mind, to literally neurochemically wire your mind to attract money, success, love, happiness, whatever it is that you want. There's different subjects for all of it. It's free to use, free to demo. It's right there down below. jakeshypnosis.com, and then the second mind is the second mind that I just told you about, using the latest advances in neuroscience. It's thesecondmind.com. It's the most powerful manifestation technique ever. It's thesecondmind.com, right there down below. So scroll right now to the comments and go and grab Jake's Hypnosis and the Second Mind. Right there down below, you'll see them. Hit the subscribe button, the bell notification. Bell notification is what notifies you for new video. So make sure that you hit the bell notification. I don't know why YouTube does it, but even if you subscribe, you still don't get notified. So make sure you hit the bell notification right over there on the side. And then like this video to support the channel. Make sure you hit like, because that's what sends it out into the YouTube universe. Comment down below, I manifest all I want. Comment down below, I manifest all I want. Comment down below, I manifest all I want. Hey, I used to always say this too, hashtag best day ever. Hashtag best day ever, right there down below, right there down below. Hashtag best day ever, hashtag best day ever. Today's gonna be the best day ever. I'm setting the intention for great things to come your way. Take a deep breath in, put a smile on your face. Life is beautiful. All the energy that ever was and ever will be is 100% evenly present at all places at all times. Science says energy is never created or destroyed. So if everything is energy and energy is never created or destroyed, you know what that means? All you want must already exist. It's time to speak it into existence. Have a beautiful day. Jake's Hypnosis and The Second Mind right there down below. I'll see you on the next video.